And welcome back to another edition of If My Heart Had Wings. Hope y'all enjoyed the video earlier this week. I know I sure did. And I gotta tell you, last week, just as a recap, we made some headway. Our main protagonist has made some headway with the girls. And what better way than to ask the very people whom you're trying to cater to about that? As we saw, Aoi managed to make a meal with the help of his longtime friend, Ageha. And all of the boarders loved it. They actually love it. And they got a chance to really get some traction with each other. And that's a good life lesson to consider, is if you really want to reconcile, you got to communicate. And that was one thing that they weren't really doing. And another thing that is to consider is there may be some bumpy traction to start. Like there may be a bumpy road to start. But if you at least take the time to actually converse with each other and truly communicate and listen to understand, not just listen to reply, you'll find that you'll actually be able to resolve a lot of scenarios. I can't say all, but I would say you'll be able to resolve a lot of them. So I'm very happy for Aoi that he was able to rectify that particular issue. Now, on the last episode at the end, there was something that he wanted to say to the group. And we're not sure what that is, but I think we're going to find that out today. So without further delay, let's get right into it. And let's do it. If I'm going to say it, now's my chance. Can I just say something? I stand up and get everyone's attention. Please listen as you eat. This is about the boarders' chores. Would it be alright to increase them a little? I'm a student too, so it's pretty tough for me. For example, if I could just get you guys to clean the bathroom, that would really be a big help. Everyone looked at each other as if they were trying to figure out what the others were thinking. To be honest, no one's going to be happy about increasing their chores. But as Yuka, the oldest, responded, the others nodded in agreement. Very nice. And of course I left the reverb on by accident. Oops. They noticed that he fixed the roof. Very good. In return, I will try harder than ever to make a good meal for you. Somebody feeling a little jelly. They feeling a little jelly. That and one other thing. This is what I really wanted to say. I think that we should get Kotori to do some things too. Well, there goes the freeload life. Kotori, who was sitting at the end of the table, the furthest away from everyone, who looked uncomfortable while she ate, was surprised to hear her name called. Everybody looked around at Kotori. She has a walking disability, but she can use her hands. There are things that she can do. This had a big impact on everyone, who until just now had been eating the food and saying how delicious it was. They looked at her like they were impressed, but Kotori seemed kind of embarrassed. Thanks to Kotori helping us, we were able to get the dinner preparations done easily. If that's the case, then maybe we can add another chore. I don't dislike cooking, but to prepare food for several people is physically quite demanding. If that's okay with Kotori, Could you help me prepare the meals?
別にいいけど、そのくらいなら。
Thank you. I say while Kotori looks away and quietly nods without saying anything. It's a little different to the other chores, but in order to avoid being unfair from now on, I want Kotori to help out where she can. Everyone still had their reservations about the whole thing, so for now they quietly looked at each other. Even so, until now, Kotori and the other boarders had quite a distant relationship. However, I'm the one who understands the situation the least. Or rather, the one who understands it the most.
賛成!
Kanako raised her hand, then the others followed.
それができるんならすごくいいと思うわ。私もそう思います、ゆかさん。私、前からちょっと変だなって思ってました。
So, from tomorrow, let's do our best.
こちらこそよろしく、りょうぼさん。小鳥ちゃんもよろしくね。
I think we're establishing a bit closer bond, but I think Kotori is a little bit hesitant. Kotori was moody until the end, but she kept herself from shouting abuse at me, which I know she's good at, and seemed to understand what I was trying to do. Thanks for today, Agaha. You really helped me out.
いいって。葵が困ってるとき、私が助ける。普通なことでしょ。
Same goes for you too. Pat came waddling from down the corridor.
おー、アヒルさん、どうしたの？見送りに来てくれたの？わが。
Pat flapped his wing towards Agaha. Maybe he's saying thanks for helping Kotori. Those are his feelings as her housemate.
じゃあ、部屋に戻ったら伝えて。今日は楽しかったねって。わー。
The way he replied made it seem like he completely understood what Agaha had said and had wiggled his tail as he waddled off.
かわいい。
I gotta admit, that hat does look good on him. Okay, take care on your way back.
またね。ハット、どこ行ってたの？はい、おやつのキュウリ。ねえ、聞いてハット。今日ね、私、ご飯作るの手伝ったのよ。鶏肉のなんとか煮込みって言うんだけど、みんな美味しいって言ってた。私も食べたけど本当に美味しかったの。すごいでしょ。もうすぐ今日が終わっちゃう。楽しかったな。
I push down on the heavy pedals and the gears creak. I worry that the chain, which is stretched to its limit, will snap and fly off at some point. However, there's no time to think about that during the hill climb. Damn it. Can't do this anymore. This sport is just way too severe. I'm not proud of this, but I decided not to put myself through any pointless hardship. I don't enjoy putting in a lot of effort. Just ahead of me is something fun, so that's why I can do my best. At that time, I was getting closer and closer to it. top of the slope. As I climbed to the top of the slope, the view all of a sudden opened up. Below me is the town, spreading far into the distance, and the steep downhill road. Finally, the time has come for my reward. I lower my posture, kick down on the pedal, and accelerate in the blink of an eye. In spite of the headwind that would have been so problematic on flat ground, I cut through it like a bullet. On a downhill slope, speed can reach close to 80 kilometers per hour. If that were a car driving through the city, it would breeze past as it overtook the cars. If I come off my bike now, I'll be seriously injured. No joke, I could even die. After all, when we race, we are almost completely exposed. The road is winding and still not flat. At high speeds, when I entrust my body to the inertia, the wheels bounce on the uneven road surface. Strangely, I don't feel any fear. I only feel the overwhelming exhilaration. Nevertheless, I mustn't lose concentration. It's not like I hadn't predicted that there might be unforeseen circumstances. Even so. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. When I opened my eyes, I thought that I was on that hospital bed. Thank goodness. I think it was just a dream. Whew. That had me going there. Sure, there is an unfamiliar ceiling, but I soon realized that it wasn't a hospital. It's my room, huh? I still don't really feel like this is my room, though. I lie on my side on the bed and vacantly try to recall what happened in my dream. I forgot most of it from the shock of waking up, but I had an idea of what kind of dream it was. I pulled the alarm clock towards myself. 11:42. It's noon already. Even though it's Sunday, I've slept too long. On Sunday, I don't need to prepare breakfast. As for the jobs like fixing leaks and other jobs that can be done quickly, I did most of them yesterday. A Sunday with nothing to do. I get out of bed and look down at my knee. There is the scar, fresh from surgery. It was the first time I'd seen it in a while. The dream about that time. In the last few days, because of how busy I'd been and the change of scene, I'd gone without having any unnecessary thoughts. Things had only calmed down a little, but I had let my guard down, emotionally. Somehow, I felt strangely sluggish and didn't feel like getting out of bed. There was someone knocking at the door. It's Sanai, the third grade boarder. She's quite a cheerful person, but I always feel like she's keeping her distance from me. Despite that, now... I'm awake. First I answer, then get out of bed, and then moved over to the door. What is it? While thinking it was strange for Sanai to get excited, I quickly got changed and left the room. I look outside the entrance to see...
Yo, Aoi.
Anchan? When she said I had a visitor, she meant Anchan. The boarders poked their heads out from behind the wall of the hallway and looked at Anchan from a distance. It's just like Anchan to be completely unfazed by this weird spectacle. Anchan said as he passed me a welcoming present. What's this? Shingen mochi?
ご近所さんからもらったお土産なんだが、うちじゃ食いきれなくてな。
Oh, is this what I think it is? Anshan had always been popular with the girls, especially with much older ladies. He often received presents from them, particularly from the elderly ladies. It's possible that he could become like the straw millionaire, and even if he just walked around the town for a day, there would be no shortage of things to eat. I take the souvenir from Anshan and pass it to Yuka and the others, who are half hidden behind the wall of the hallway. Here, he said we could eat this together.
ねえ、あの人誰？水瀬くんとどういう関係？
He's my childhood friend, Anshan.
幼なじみなんだ。へえ。
The others all start saying, really? Too. Anshan, come on in. I'll pour you a cup of tea or something.
でもここ女子寮だろ？
Yes, you're right. Because I am staying here, I don't really think about it that often. Okay.
来いよ。昼飯おごってやる。
Well, Anshan does keep tabs on the situation.
どうだこっちは。
Yeah, it's nice. It feels relaxing.
無理すんな。この景色見て故郷に帰ってきた気分にはならないだろ？
Yeah, I guess not. The reconstruction work has been completed in this area and it feels like a new town. There are many brand new buildings, the roads are neatly paved, and there's not a trace of Kazegara that I once knew. But I remember this street. I mean, I used to come down here almost every day. If you go this way, it leads to Kazumi Shopping Street. It's the place where me, Agaha, and the others were born and raised, and a small shopping street. My family had a small real estate agency set up on one side of the street. Agaha's family had a sporting goods store, and Masatsugu's had a ramen restaurant. I always get a tongue twister on Matsutsugu. Always. Then there's Anchan's place, which is a town factory near the shopping street. My childhood friends and I were all kids of Kazumi Shopping Street, so we all played together. However, the shopping street disappeared due to reconstruction.
ウィンディにはもう行ったのか？
I've been to the underground shopping arcade a few times. I went to buy groceries. That was where I went yesterday with Agaha and Kotori.
まだ上の方は見てないのか？
That's right. I was busy, so I hadn't been there.
せっかくだ。飯のついでに見ていくといい。
Whoa.
なかなかすごいだろ。
Yeah. Wendy Kazegara. It's a large shopping mall built on the site of the small Kazumi shopping street where we grew up. I've been to the underground level before, but I always enter using the entrance at the back, which is near the dormitory, so I didn't know what it was like above. I thought it would be a big building, but I can't believe that the Kazumi shopping street used to be here.
国内でも有数の商業施設だそうだ。今や風車の丘と並んで風ヶ浦の新名所だぞ。
I didn't feel at all like I had come back to my hometown. On the contrary, I felt like I was lost in some unknown country. What happened to everyone from the shopping street?
希望した人はこの中に店を構えてる。よそに行った人たちもいたけど、みんな元気にやってるよ。
Agaha said that she had moved.
アゲハンチなら。
あんちゃん。
Right on cue. Like,
お、いたいた。
like, hey, we were just talking about you. Agaha appeared with uncanny timing.
きっと二人で遊んでるんだ。私も声かけてよね。
だってお前、店の手伝いがあるんだろ？
今終わったとこ。
Replied Agaha, who was standing in front of Himegi Sports. That's what it said on the sign. Oh yeah, you said you'd moved house, but you also said that the shop was now in Windy, didn't you? Himegi Sports. This is the sporting goods store managed by Agaha's father. As far as I remember, it was a small town sporting goods store, but now it was kind of trendy sports store aimed at young people. They must be thinking of the kind of clientele they get in a shopping mall, but because it's so different to how it was when I was a kid, I'm slightly confused now.
へへん。立派になったでしょ。
I didn't know that your dad had an eye for what young people like. I answered while slightly dazed.
あ、そうだ。おーい、ホタル。
A new character. As Agaha called from inside the store, a petite girl smaller than Agaha came outside.
なに、あーちゃん。あんちゃんと葵が来てるよ。
Hotaru opened her eyes wide for a moment and then looked up at me. Her face seemed to say, "Is this big guy standing here really Aoi?" In that case, I should prove it myself. Long time no see, Hotaru. I rub Hotaru's head in the same way that Anchan did to me.
お兄、やめて。
Oh, the signature moe moments. Hotaru wriggles her head around at her wit's end as I rub it. She is Agaha's younger sister. She's only 1 year younger, so we used to play together a lot as kids. Her personality is the complete opposite of her sister, shy and quiet. You've gotten bigger too.
こーら、うちの妹をいじめるんじゃない。
It's only head pats. There's nothing harmful about head pats. I'm not being mean. Am I, Hotaru?
ほっぺとねらないで。
I let go, and for a little while, Hotaru continued moving her head around and round, even though I wasn't doing anything. Does she have a case of motion sickness easily?
たくもう5年ぶりのくせにいきなりすぎるっての。ホテル大丈夫？うん、平気。ちょっと目が回っただけ。本当に鬼だ。
I'm back, Hotaru. Do you want me to rub your head again? I start to move my hands toward her like I'm going to do it again. So he is a little bit on the playful side himself. I wonder where he learned that from. Hotaru jumped back and hid behind Ageha.
いじめるな。
You might want to listen to her, kid, because that don't look like she's playing. Called it. I've been punched in the ribs. Ah! I just wanted to play with Hotaru a little, that's all. For some reason, Aga is very protective of Hotaru. I thought I'd come and see you sometime, Hotaru.
そっか。同じ学校なんだから顔見せに連れてけばよかったかな。
Hotaru goes there too? That's a surprise. I had the idea in my head that Hotaru would definitely go to a regular school.
みんなあんちゃんの影響を受けまくりだからね。
Yeah, I figured he'd be the mastermind behind all this.
俺はやめとけって言ったんだがな。
Anchan graduated from Keifu Academy. Because it was the school that Anchan went to, Ageha and the others all took the entrance exams like it was a matter of course. I was the same when I came back here because I knew it was a special school when I was choosing which school to transfer to. So I guess that was because of Anchan too.
ところで2人で何してたの？もしかしてデート？
当たり。
やっぱり
Hey, Anchan!
似たようなもんだろ。葵に昼飯おごってやろうと思ってな。お前らも来るか？
行く
となるとあいつも呼んでやらないと後で閉めるな。
ああダメダメ、麻婆なら今日は忙しいって。
なんだ用事があるのか？
正真正銘のデート。昨日すっごい自慢された。でも可愛いんだよ、マー君の彼女。
なら邪魔するわけにはいかないな。俺たちだけで行くか。
やったー、あんちゃんとご飯みんなでご飯するの久しぶりだね。
どこ行く？どこでもいいぞ。
Anchan asked me. You're asking me where we should go, but I still don't really know this place. There are many shops, but everywhere is unfamiliar to me.
そんなの決まってるじゃない。私らが集まったら行く店は一つ。
Said Agea as Hotaru nodded. I also remember a little slower than the others.
太陽圏。
Mabel's dad doesn't hold back, does he? I felt like my ramen was going to come back up, and I just barely kept it down by rubbing my hand along my belly.
調子に乗って特盛り頼むからよ。私は大盛りにしといて大正解。それでも十分多いよ、あーちゃん。
いつもより多かったぞ。葵のためにサービスしてくれたんだろう。
Anchan, who also had a special big bowl, was completely unfazed.
おっちゃん、青兄に会えて嬉しそうだった。お代もサービスしてくれたしね。
But I can't believe that Taiyokin is still around. Taiyokin is a Chinese restaurant on one side of the Kazumi shopping district. It's also Masatsugu's house. They used to serve regular set menus, but since moving, they've changed direction. It's become like one of the new wave ramen restaurants in the city.
繁盛してるんだから。こないだ雑誌に載って若いお客が増えたっておっちゃん大喜び。おっちゃんの写真も載ったんだよ。すごくかっこよかった。頭にタオル巻いて腕組みしてドヤ顔で決めてたあれね。
Masatsugu's is like his father. In other words, like his father, he gets carried away easily and tends to show off. Whenever there are sports events or karaoke competitions in the town, regardless of the result, he's always the center of attention. The taste was completely different, and apart from seeing Mabo's dad, it wasn't nostalgic at all. Before it was plain soy sauce ramen, but now it had become pork bone and fish double soup.
ここと同じ。みんな変わっていくもんさ。
そうそう。5年も経っちゃうとね。
Yeah, you're right. Well, when you say 5 years, I guess it really is a long time. But some things haven't changed. Matsusuga's dad was the same as always. The same goes for Ageha and Hotaru, and also Hanchan. The things that I most wanted to stay the same still are.
ちょっと待ってろ。飲み物買ってくるから。
Hanchan made us wait at a bench by the side of the road while he went to buy some juice. Hotaru went after him. With that, folks, I think we're going to leave a cliffhanger right there because we are pretty much at our 30-minute mark, and I don't want to make these significantly longer than that. So with that, we are going to put a bow on this particular episode. And once again, I sincerely appreciate you guys sticking around, continuing to watch the videos. If you liked what you saw today, giving me a like, very much appreciated. And also maybe hit the subscribe button. And until next time, everyone, happy mixing.